Morning.
Hello, everybody. I am Judy Isles with the Papa John's Center for Entrepreneurship, and welcome to the formal kickoff of CYstarters 2021. We have, I'm looking at all of them and you can't see them, but we have an incredible group of young entrepreneurs in cohort 6 of CYstarters. And we're excited to introduce them all to you today. This program is truly a campus-wide collaborative effort. And so we cannot kick off this program without thanks to all of our partners that support CYstarters. So starting at the top, President Winterstein has made entrepreneurship and innovation a key focus of Iowa State University. So from the very top of our organization, there is support for a program like CYstarters, and that's pretty awesome. We also have partnerships with all of the colleges. So my thanks and our thanks to the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, the College of Human Sciences, the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, the College of Design, the Ivy College of Business. I think I got all of them. This program is possible because of the partnerships we have programming throughout the year to take students through college programs, through courses, and through some of the Papa John's Center programs to help them prepare for a program like CYstarters. So all of the students that are here today have done all of these campus-wide program opportunities, which have really led them to this immersive summer experience, which is awesome. The colleges are partners with us financially as well. So thank you, all of you that are representing the colleges, for your partnership, for the education and experiences that you provide to our CYstarters, and for helping us financially support this great experience for students this summer. We have a team here, and you don't get to meet all of our team, but we have a group of people here in our building that support CYstarters. This is an all hands on deck program. So our team includes Tom Swartwood, who teaches entrepreneurship in the Ivy College of Business, but also supports CYstarters. We have Peter Hong and Hannah Kirkendall, who are leading our Startup Factory and Go-to-Market program. Alex Andrade runs our CYBIZ student consulting program. Jean Walsh does everything. She's got her hands in everything. And Megan Sweary, you will meet today, who is really the lead and point person and coordinator for CYstarters, has really pulled together this program that you're all experiencing this week. She's going to introduce a lot of what we do in CYstarters. We've had the students for a week, so they're a wonderful, amazing group. You're going to meet them all today. And Megan's going to tell you about what they'll do this summer. And also to shout out, we will conclude this program at the end of the summer with a demo day, which will be live, not virtual. And we hope you can come and enjoy a great celebration at the end of the 11 weeks of the CYstarters. I can't think if there's anything missed. That's it. Well, Megan Sweary, who is a former CYstarter, hopefully you'll include that in your introduction, and enjoy meeting all of our CYstarters today. Thank you.
Thanks, Judy. As Judy said, I was a part of the first cohort of CYstarters, so I've been able to be on both sides of the program at this point. And to give you a little peek into what the program looks like, we provide a workplace. So the core facility at the research park is where they are primarily working out of. We provide funding, education sessions. So we try by the end of the summer to have covered all of the main topics so that they have a toolkit for entrepreneurship. We provide mentors, and a lot of you are online, so thank you for joining us. This will be your opportunity to hear more about the businesses and preference who you think you can help the most. Check your email. Tom Swartwood recently sent a survey to you through email to preference, so you can refer to that during today's event. We also do community activities. So this morning we were at 1 Million Cups as a group, and we create community between the CYstarters alumni and the cohort. So a goal is that they have a community of people to lean on who are like-minded and understand the process and what they're going through to start a business. I think that's all of the program. And without further ado, we'll jump right in and start with presentations. So the first company you'll hear from is Farm Story Meats.
Have you ever been to a grocery store in the meat section and seen a pork chop or a steak
and wondered, where does that come from? Who was the farmer that raised it? Oftentimes, it's impossible to tell. We're looking to change that. My name is Ray Schmidt, and this is CYstarters, and we're Farm Story Meats. Our goal is to bring transparency to the customers, to the locations, farms, and people that supply their food. We share the stories of the farmers and strive to make the supply chain from farm to customer as short as possible. Growing up on a family farm, I saw my dad work really hard to perfect our Chester White pig genetics, only to take them to commodity market, and then the pigs end up who knows where. Likewise, at the end of the supply chain, the customer would pick up a pork chop in a grocery store and have no idea where it came from or the farmer that raised it.
Unlike Ray, I did not grow up on a farm. I am from Clearwater, Florida. It was while in Florida that I was pursuing my college degree, and I got halted by an unforeseen health condition. This condition forced me to leave my college program and start my healing journey. Working with my team of doctors, it became evident that my healing was going to come through a diet change. I immediately started looking for local farms in which I could source high-quality meat from. My options were limited to none. Fast forward 3 years and I moved to Iowa. I spent my first year here pursuing residency and get connected with Farm Story Meats. It was there that I learned that because where matters. It mattered for me and my health, but the dots were beginning to connect, and I was able to see that it also benefited the local farmer as well as our local community. My background is in customer service, and my role with Farm Story Meats is that I take on customer relations and community engagement.
Farm Story Meats currently works with 5 family farms. The pork comes from my family farm, Randy Schmidt. We also work with a grass-fed beef farmer, Angus beef farmer, heritage lamb, and pasture-raised poultry. Every order comes with an origin chart, which shows the little bit of information about the farmer, the animal comes from, where the cut comes from the animal, and where the farm is located in Iowa, as well as a handwritten note.
We do local deliveries in our community. We'll drop off an insulated tote like this directly on your doorstep full of meat. We also ship coast to coast. We've reached 38 states to date in hopes of getting to all 50 by the end of the year.
Farm Story Meats' current revenue is, or last year, our revenue was about $40,000, and we're projected to be about $120,000 this year, and with your help, continue to grow. For my personal needs, Jess has a few of her own, but I would like help with somebody that's familiar with search engine optimization, as well as e-commerce, and somebody that's cued in on local businesses, because we'd like to expand our retail presence, whether that be grocery stores, restaurants, or convenience stores.
My goals for this summer are to solidify our customer loyalty, as well as develop recipes for 75% of our products. My ideal mentor would be someone that has social media experience, a background in customer relations, and a passion for the culinary arts. We are very honored to be in this program. We look forward to getting to know our mentors, and we hope that we have someone that will be able to help spread the message that because where matters.
And up next is Gabe with Kickoff.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gabe Hinker. I'm a recent graduate in software engineering and the creator and developer of Bryn. My time here at Iowa State, I spent many hours at the gym, whether that was working for facilities or the outdoor rec department, as well as lifting, swimming, rock climbing, and everything in between. It was actually here that my journey really began. As I was working with the outdoor rec department, Iowa State was going through a major software provider switch. And with this new provider, we actually lost 2 critical features: one, equipment reservation, as well as personal fitness scheduling. And I was a novice programmer coder at that time, but I said, hey, you know, I can build something for us. Mainly, I just didn't want to use Excel. That's all. And over the course of the next 8 to 12 months, I really was working with Iowa State building these programs, and I thought, no, what a great opportunity to combine 2 of my passions: creating code and recreation. And thus, Rec Helper was created. Rec Helper is the easy-to-use, pay-for-what-you-need software that helps gyms simplify their scheduling and management. Organizations can subscribe to certain services that they would like to use within Rec Helper, so that they only have to pay for the things that they need. As I mentioned, Iowa State is actually still currently using Rec Helper as their personal fitness scheduler. And by the end of the summer, I'd really like to be able to spread that help into other organizations. Looking for a good mentor or fit for me would be someone that can help me grow my company Rec Helper, because I'm getting ready to get that out to other organizations. And as the developer of it, somebody who has experience with software as a service would be crucial, because even developing this whole app, I've learned so many things that this kind of industry needs. It's been so awful or so wonderful to be able to even just this week work with all the CYstarters members. And I can't wait to continue this and be my mentor. Thank you so much. I'm Zach Logan with Masterclass.
This is Logan Blum, majoring in mechanical engineering, and he graduates this fall.
Yep. And this is Zachariah Ritland. He just graduated from Iowa State with a major in agricultural business.
And our company is Mastergrass. Mastergrass is a lawn care company located here in Ames, Maine. We do landscaping, hardscapes, fertilization, bee control, and regular lawn maintenance. Currently, we're just getting started. We're working on establishing and scaling our company to recurring more revenue.
In addition to scaling, we are also pursuing making an autonomous lawnmower to increase our margins and our productivity. We are going to create the mower to be remote by June 25th. And then after that, implement GPS system in order to go fully autonomous. Our ideal mentors, we'd love to work with someone who has experience with GPS and GIS technology, as well as someone who has scaled a business.
Up next, we have Bryn with Pivot.
Imagine waking up at 4 a.m. to go stand in a line that wraps around multiple blocks to a building that doesn't even open until 8 a.m. You're tired, but you know you can't leave the line because that means you won't get a job. That's the life of a starving artist. That was my life pre-pandemic in New York City. My name is Bryn, and I'm originally from Muscatine, Iowa. I studied musical theater in undergrad at Shenandoah Conservatory, and then went on to become a professional actor in New York, as well as an audition coach and self-published author of the ebook, Take It From a Recent Grad, How to Confidently Kickball Change Your Way Through the College Audition Process. When the pandemic hit, I made the decision to leave New York and apply for grad school. That's what brings me here to Iowa State today. I am working on a Master of Science in Event Management. During my event studies, I recognized a need that could be filled by combining two of my passions, event management and the performing arts. Introducing Pivot. We manage your risk by providing the understudy at a touch of a button. So in the event that your talent cancels, your client never has to go without entertainment on their big day. For example, let's say you're a wedding planner and the drummer cancels 6 hours before the event. Pivot is prepared to enter the stage. So you may be asking how. All Pivot performers will go through a background check as well as an extensive audition process. And then when you hop on Pivot's platform, all of the talent will be in categories. So DJs in this category and Golden Age singers in that one. And you'll select the one most close to what you've already promised your talent or your client. And then select, sign the contract, save the day. In a mentor, I am looking this summer to pair with someone who's in the events services or service industry. And I would like to host an audition to create a community of performers. Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Bryn. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Let's entertain. Next up is my friend Mason with Mentoring for Change.
Thank you, Bryn. Hello, my name is Mason Way, and my business is Mentoring for Change. I started Mentoring for Change because I come from a disadvantaged household and community. At the age of 18, My parents neglected me and I didn't know what I wanted to do in life or where I wanted to go. But with the help of mentors, at every stage of my life, I was able to find my way to Iowa State University on a full ride. And now I just recently graduated from Iowa State. As a result of all of this, I created Mentoring for Change to give young kids an opportunity so that they can create a brighter future for themselves. What is Mentoring for Change, you might be asking yourself? Well, at Mentoring for Change, we mentor disadvantaged youth ages 15 through 19 in arts and sports so that they can reach their full potential. Currently, I have my articles of incorporations. I have my bylaws, and I'm working on a focus group that will help me better understand the needs of the community and how I can serve the community. I'm looking for mentors who can help me, who has experience in nonprofit organization industries, as well as somebody who can help me apply for my 501c3 status as well as grants, and just somebody who is more experienced and can give me the opportunity to learn from them. One of my goals for this program is just to, get fundings and just understand how to create Mentoring for Change overall. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But I look forward to working with my mentors today or in the future. Hopefully, I'll learn a lot more. Thank you so much. And the next person up is Andrew and Carissa.
I'm Carissa Moyna,
And I'm Andrew Frank.
and we are Core Living Compost. So our story starts with some fancy dirt. I came to Iowa State, and my freshman year, I did research at the Iowa State compost facility. It was there, climbing on piles of decomposting food waste, that I fell in love with compost. So inspired to make a bigger difference at Iowa State's campus, I started the compost team. 3 years later, in addition of wonderful teammates like Andrew Frank, we were making a big difference.
Yeah, I joined the team about a year into its conception, and one of the big projects we worked on was bringing composting to student apartments. So we actually had, within this last year, 120 students sign up to be given a food waste bucket and put their food waste in it, and we would take it away and compost it. We did a total of about 850 pounds of food waste. So this was kind of an indication, like, this is a community that wants to start composting and they need a way to do it. So this is where we dreamed something bigger.
Our bigger dream was to connect all of Ames to composting and beyond. So this summer, we born the idea of Core Living Compost. This is a food waste pickup service that weekly picks up food waste from conveniently and simply for residents of Ames. It entails signing up on our website, and then we will drop off a food waste bucket with a compostable liner. And every week you'll hear us coming and picking up your food waste bucket and bringing it to the Ames Resource Recovery Center. Will be transferred to Eddyville to be composted. With this, we'll be able to provide accessible composting, because I did interviews in Ames and found that people had a desire to be sustainable, but they didn't have the time or the ability to compost. So Core Living Compost will be your solution to be sustainable with ease.
So in a mentor, what we're looking for is someone who's passionate about sustainable businesses, someone who has experience in business partnerships. One of our goals is to partner with some local businesses in Ames and possibly do product delivery while we're picking up food waste, kind of complete the cycle. Something else we're looking for is experience in delivery or transportation services. So that's what we're looking for.
And we have some exciting big news for everyone in the audience. You are the first people to hear that we are now accepting customers to sign up for our service, which will begin on June 1st. So check out our website, Core Living Compost, and come join us as we take a bite out of one of the core issues of our time by composting one apple core at a time. Thank you.
Ryan with two brothers.
3 years ago, I attended my brother's wedding in southern Italy. There, one evening after dinner, her family, my sister-in-law's family, in true Italian fashion, served us limoncello made from lemons grown in the trees we were sitting next to. Even though we had only just met and couldn't speak each other's language, this sweet, lemony, refreshing beverage broke down barriers. With my company, Two Brothers Liqueurs, I want to share that same feeling of family and celebration. That evening, it really was incredible. We sat down, we had a delicious meal, casual. We were getting used to being around each other, not really being able to speak. We had polite conversation. When the limoncello came out, as I said, these barriers were broken down. We lit up, we enjoyed ourselves, we communicated, we became a family all together. In this moment, my sister-in-law's mother shared with me their recipe for limoncello. This was translated through my sister-in-law and from her mom, which recipe originated with her grandmother. So very strong traditional recipe. Right now, we are in the process of developing our second prototype. I've made limoncello for my friends and family several times in the past, as well as branching out to other liqueurs like creme de menthe. We are on our second prototype. We are working through developing our product through focus groups and getting really customer feedback about what people want our liqueur to be. Some of my SMART goals for CYstarters is that I want to be in production by August 1st with at least limoncello and cremity limoncello and potentially others in a small scale ability. Another SMART goal, more personal goal, is that I want a stranger or someone that I've just met to know of or heard of my business and share that with me. In a mentor, I'm of course looking for someone with small business experience, with food and beverage industry experience. It would be great if there was a manufacturing or production experience or elements to that as well. If they had expertise in scaling food and beverages, again, from a manufacturing aspect, as well as someone with experience in equity share and in branding. If you would, for a moment, join me, close your eyes, imagine your favorite fruit. Now imagine that in its most pure flavor, sitting outside on a bright, sunny, 80-degree day with your best friends and your closest family. You can open your eyes. That is the experience that we want to provide for you. If you would be so kind, please add that flavor suggestion into the Zoom chat, and hopefully we can produce that for you. Thank you. Introducing Kendra with Stigma.
Hi everybody, my name is Kendra Boone. I'm a sophomore from Columbia, Missouri, majoring in marketing and entrepreneurship, and my business is called Stigma, where our mission is to help connect young adults to mental health resources using skin. Before starting Stigma, I had a side hustle selling different body butters and sugar scrubs, and I found success doing that. However, I knew that I wanted to take it a step further and use entrepreneurship to help people and make a positive change in the world, which is why I started Stigma, because I want to help end the stigma that's surrounding mental health. So Stigma is a skincare company, and this summer I'm working on launching our first product, which is going to be a clay mask. However, on the more social and educational side, I'm working on creating an Instagram live series where I will be interviewing different community members and therapists to start building that online supportive community and starting those conversations around those hard topics that are surrounding mental health. I'm looking for help with someone who knows how to start a business, has e-commerce experience, and also may have connections in the beauty industry. If you'd like to help me end the stigma surrounding mental health, please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Again, my name is Kendra Boone, or follow Stigma on Instagram @stigma.co. Thank you all for listening. I'm looking forward to working with you. Next, we have Eric and Abraham with City City Bang Bang.
Hi, my name is Eric. And I'm Abraham. We are recent grads in industrial design and mechanical engineering. And we are
City City Bang Bang. How many of you have been to a city council meeting? Not a whole lot of hands. I know personally I had only been once, and that was a requirement for a Boy Scout merit badge, so it wasn't even of my own volition. But if you haven't been, city council meetings can be long, they can be confusing, and that's even if you had the opportunity to go. So how do we bridge this connection?
So that's why we're putting forward City City Bang Bang. City City Bang Bang is a consulting firm that will help cities with civic engagement so that unheard voices can be implemented in the planning process by bringing City Hall to its residents. Now, you're probably wondering, how does this work? Well, from our standpoint, easy. We're basically bringing a vehicle that will pop up across the city into the residents' daily routine. This vehicle will go on site with collaborative materials such as whiteboards, markers, post-it notes, and help residents get reconnected and engaged in the decision process of the city without the need of necessarily going to a city hall meeting.
This summer, we plan to host a workshop for civic engagement here in Ames. And moving forward, we want to offer cities introductory consultations, civic engagement strategy, and help facilitating their own workshops.
And for our ideal mentor, we're looking for someone who can help us with networking, how to approach and build those connections with the client. We're looking for someone who can help us with planning, leading, well, not necessarily planning, but leading and facilitating workshops, community outreach, and has experience in building a business and the early stages of business development.
So tell us issues that are relevant to you, connect us with your local government, and help us bring change to you.
City City Bang Bang. And up next is Jason with Instrument Lights. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jacob. I just graduated with my undergraduate degree in biochemistry and started a master's program in mechanical engineering. However, the most important thing that I have been a part of at Iowa State has been the marching band. I got involved my freshman year right away and have done pretty much nothing but band ever since. But something that really engaged me at the end of the year, after learning 6 or 7 shows of drill and memorizing 4 or 5 different pieces of music for each of these shows, we go over to Stevens Auditorium and give a performance to a bunch of people that come and watch all of us perform. And to start the marching band portion of the show, all of the lights go out and the drum line rises up from the orchestra pit. And they all have lights on their drums that are activated every time they hit the drum. And the crowd goes absolutely nuts. It's an incredible environment, especially as a musician, to feel something like that. So I looked at that and was like, man, I want one of those on my trumpet. So that's exactly what I set out to do. I talked with our director and he was like, this is an awesome idea. If you're able to make it, we'll go ahead and take some. So I do have a prototype here that, as I go ahead and speak, these lights will change pitch or change color as the pitch of the sound that it's taking in changes. So there are a handful of applications for this, aside from just being something super cool for someone to put on their instrument and engage. It also is able to engage audiences in ways that really has not been accessible to performers like a marching band, a pep band, or freelance musicians even. Also, the ability for it to change color based on pitch allows for a bunch of opportunities for educators. So it can be used as a tuner if you want it to, and help young musicians engage with their craft in a different way, keep them engaged, and bring more people into the arts. And as I move through CYstarters, I'm hoping to develop some go-to-market plan using Kickstarter, and this is where a lot of my wants in a mentor comes in as well. Someone with experience with a go-to-market strategy, particularly with something like a Kickstarter. Also having some sort of background in manufacturing and supply chain so that I can develop a plan to scale up as we look at getting there. Moving forward, I do hope to have a handful of these ready for a pep band this fall so that if you are in Hilton Coliseum, you may be able to see the pep band with these lights on their instruments. So that is where I am headed, and I am very excited to continue with the CYstarters program to help get me there. Up next is Isaac with Filterponics.
Hello, I'm Isaac Bradford with Filterponics. I'm an agricultural and biosystems engineering major, and my business aims to provide educators with educational aquaponics materials and to create the sustainers of the future. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, let's go back in time. I'm going to take you back to how this was created. It comes from three things: science museums, invention convention, and doomsday preppers. Now, hold on. How does it all come together? Well, as a kid, I went to science museums and my family took me to a bunch of different educational places. And that got my learning and love of learning science through functional areas and just brought it into my world. And so when I came to 8th grade with Invention Convention, I wanted to make something that was useful and also beneficial and was fun for me to make. And so I thought to an episode of Doomsday Preppers, where a family created aquaponics to sustain themselves in the case of emergency. Well, aquaponics is a system of water that flows through fish and plants, creating food, both protein and produce. Now, what I want to do is create a kit like this in a smaller setting for schools, for students, for parents, or anyone who's just interested in sustainability so that they can have it at their own home or their own location and learn more about sustainability and aquaponics in general, because it's not a very known subject. And so some of my goals for this summer is to create 10 units for the Innovation Center that will be sold in the fall, and then also have a fully functional website up. Now, I already have my website domain starting today, and I'm working on prototyping as well for the products. And a mentor for me is just generally someone who wants to help teach someone and is an upbeat person, as well as maybe someone who knows something about e-commerce and making videos and materials for schools. So you can find me on filterponics@gmail.com. That is filterponics@gmail.com. But either way, you can also find me on my LinkedIn page. So next up is Jackson Bishop with Litter.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jackson Bishop, and I am the co-founder of Litter. First, I want to give you guys a little background about myself. So currently, I am a 2B senior in the entrepreneurship major here at Iowa State University. Growing up from a young age, I knew entrepreneurship was going to be a part of my life. From a waffle catering business all the way to painting houses and many projects in between, it was very clear to me that entrepreneurship was important to my life. So when it came to making a decision as to which college I was going to go to, I was looking for some place with some sort of entrepreneurship program where I could get involved. That landed me looking at Iowa State and the brand new entrepreneurship major that they were offering, and just so happened as well as the CYstarters program. So after getting introduced to those things, I knew Iowa State is where I wanted to go, and CYstarters is where I wanted to be. So it truly is a dream come true being here right now with my company, Litter. So what is Litter? Litter is an extra credit platform that helps professors with engagement so that students can increase their depth of knowledge as well as improve overall class culture. So how would that happen? Let's think about it in a classroom. So let's say I were to have had an assignment that I got a grade on, didn't love my grade, I wanted to improve upon it and learn more about the topic, so I'd upload it to Litter. Then I would look through my peers' submissions of their documents as well, and look for something within their documents I can use to start a discussion. Whether that be a detailed question, a comment using class concepts, or maybe an elaboration on one of their topics using my own understanding of them. After I post my discussion and speak with my peers, the professor would then grade the efficacy of our discussion based on guidelines prior to the assignment, award extra credit based on those answers. Thus, the student gets extra credit and a deeper understanding. The professor gets a better engaged classroom with more cohesion. This summer, I have just got the first iteration of our beta product uploaded to the Apple App Store as well as the Google Play Store. So I am looking for a mentor who has some sort of background in app development, as well as someone who has some experience in beta testing. Also, anyone who has any experience with software as a service products would be very helpful. More than anything, I am very excited for the rest of the program and to meet and connect with them. Thank you. Next is Joe Allen with Joe Visuals. Very excited.
Thank you, Justin. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Joe Allen, and I'm the creator of Joe Visuals. I capture photos of the LGBTQ and BIPOC community through photography so that they can feel valued, celebrated, and visible. Just last weekend, I had the opportunity to do photos, senior photos, of this beautiful Black trans girl. And she kept saying to me, "I trust you." And that's exactly what I want my clients to feel when they're working with me. Is not only this sense of trust, but comfort. I want them to be able to be loud, to be proud, to wear and dress however they want, because I know what that feels like, to hide who you are. And so by the end of the session, her aunt reaches out to me and texts me saying, "Darius had a remarkable experience. Thank you so much for being able to be willing to do this." And that's exactly, that's what fulfills me. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I do. And so moving forward, I'm looking personally to expand my business and work with companies that align with me, my values, and my identity. So specifically, I would like to work with 2 larger companies that are either Black-owned businesses or LGBTQ-based businesses. And so with that, I'm looking for a mentor that has experience in social media, marketing, because with school and all the other priorities I've had before, I just didn't have time to get to that. It's just been about get the sessions, book the sessions, make your money, but I need to go back to the beginning. I need to kind of find a way to strategically plan what I want to put out, how I want to put it out there, and how I want to market myself so I can have consistent booking. So I'm really looking for someone that can help me with that aspect and maybe even help with my logo and branding. And you guys can go ahead and check out my profile. It'll be sent in the chat. There's photos of Darius right there on the front page. So you can go don't click on view my work, but right there should be photos, about 3 photos of Darius. You can go ahead and look at their smile and see how happy they are and how happy that makes me. So thank you guys for coming out here and just having the opportunity to even listen to all these businesses. This is a great set of people here. I think that we all have the opportunity to flourish, and I'm glad that people like you are here to help mentor us and grow and thrive. So thank you. And last but not least, we have Cole and Isaac with Renew Bamboo.
We took those pictures at 1 a.m. last night.
Small business.
Okay. Anyway, hey everyone, my name is Cole.
And I'm Isaac. We are Renew Bamboo.
So about 2 summers ago, Isaac and I had a really awesome opportunity through a club that we are with at Iowa State to go visit India. And while we went to Delhi, India, and while we were there, we experienced a lot of really cool, a lot of awesome things. We got to see some really cool architecture, learn a ton of history about India. We even got to live in some Indian people's homes and stay with them and experience their hospitality. And they're all super nice. Like I don't know why, but everyone in India is like super inviting, super nice. And so it was a really awesome experience. But while we were there, we also saw a lot of really hard and like terrible things. Walking through the streets of Delhi, we saw a lot of people living in really hard conditions, living in the street or just
I don't know, experiencing some really hard things. And I actually just learned recently that over the past year with the pandemic and everything, poverty in India is in the worst place that it's been in like 45 years. So there's 130 million people living on $2 a day or less. And that means there's 130 million people in India living on $700 a year as their, like, the amount of money they make, which is just insane to think about. I mean, that would be impossible for us. So anyway, that just really broke our hearts, and seeing that just really made us want to be able to do something.
Yeah, Cole just hit the nail on the head. Coming home to America, we felt it's like, as two broke college students, what could we do to cause impact in the world, and especially in the country across the ocean with billions of people? But that all changed in January of this year, actually. We got connected with a woman who's an exporter living in India. She exports renewable bamboo goods out of India from women entrepreneurs who are raising themselves up out of poverty through entrepreneurship, which got us super excited. So actually, we just got $3,000 worth of inventory of bamboo straws from India, and we're super hyped to start selling them.
Yeah, so I mean, that's the whole vision of what we have here at Renew Bamboo, is we want to be able to promote these women entrepreneurs in India, get more money into their economy to help boost these people out of poverty and just help them in whatever ways we can. And then also provide these renewable products to people in America, because I also found a statistic that said that in America, on the average day, we use 500 million plastic straws, which to me, I was just like, holy cow, that is crazy. So, I mean, we're trying to focus on, helping and promoting people in India, and then also providing these renewable products to be able to help the environment, because we know we need help there as well. So yeah, we are really excited with the product that we have in, and we are really hoping to grow through this summer and be able to have an impact. The things we're looking for in a mentor are experience in e-commerce, because that's what we're doing. We opened up a store. Oh yeah, renewbamboo.org. Renewbamboo.org. That just opened. I literally just published that last night. So if you want to check that out, it might be in the chat as well. But yeah, that has a lot more of our story and a lot more of the ways we're trying to have an impact and stuff like that on there. It's not perfect, by the way. So if you click on a link that doesn't work, I'm sorry. We're working on it. Yeah, so we're looking for people to help us with e-commerce, things like fulfillment and distribution, and trying to figure that out, the best way we can do that. And then also, the main thing really is just we want to be able to sell our story. Because obviously the bamboo products are really helpful, but the most important thing to us is the story behind that. So what we really need help with is, this like social entrepreneurship thing of like, how do we tell people this story and sell that to people and get people excited about that the way we're excited about it. So yeah, join in with us and help us lift people out of poverty, one bamboo straw at a time.
Wow. Congratulations. An amazing 14 cohort group. We usually like to say, come back in the summer because they'll improve how they pitch. I don't know how we're going to get better than that, because you're all amazing. Great spokespeople, very, very good articulating your companies. But for all of you out there, we do this every day with this group, but we need your help. And so if you are one of our mentors, hopefully you're scrambling over figuring out how many people you want to find time to help, because we want you to help. If you are not a formal mentor, but you're somebody out there listening who has a resource, a connection, want to help, please reach out through the Papa John Center website or any of us individually. We want to connect you. There's never enough resource, never enough advice for our cohort members. You're all just amazing. I'm just like, I got chills at how well you did. So if you need your grass mowed, if you want meat to grill this summer, if you need help scheduling your recreation services, you want to be entertained or know an entertainer or need to find an entertainer, if you need a trusted photographer, you want to light up your instruments, drink limoncello out of bamboo straws, a fish tank in your home or office, connect with your community instead of sitting through a city council meeting, get involved in mentoring young people, or buying products that support mental health, then get involved with CYstarters, because we'd love to have you. So thank you for joining us today. We're going to give you 15 minutes of your hour back over lunch. Let us know how you can help, and we look forward to connecting. Again, congratulations, cohort members. We are so very excited. And every year we say this is the best cohort ever. They're all wonderful, but this is a pretty dynamic, amazing group. So we're looking forward to the rest of the summer. And thank you all for joining us today. CYstarters 2021, we are a go.
Great job, Megan.